Hello, I am Patsy Climax and I am a singing burlesque performer and educator. And today we're going to be doing a really easy warm-up that anybody can do. And it's also one that's really easy to change and move for whatever you need. So this is also a great exercise to do when you are learning a song or working on a song and you want to work on maybe expanding your range or strengthening your voice in a certain part of your song. These are exercises you can do in order to do that. So today we'll be using the song Happy Birthday as an example of what we're doing, and we are going to phonate in different ways, and we're going to start with the most closed and end with the most open. And what this does is allows you to find the placement for different notes where they need to be, and these different sounds will help you locate that. This is also a great warm-up that you can do singing along to the radio or singing the song you're going to sing for a gig or anything like that. So we are going to start by doing a lip buzz. And if this doesn't work for you, you can also roll your tongue. And this does kind of a similar thing. Just lip buzzing along with the radio or along with music for 5 minutes a day is a great way to strengthen your voice in the long term. But this is a good way to start out any warm-up. So we're going to sing Happy Birthday on our beautiful lip buzz. Now, doing that is kind of like sitting in a massage chair, but for your vocal cords. So it's a reparative, restorative action you can take. So if you're feeling a little phlegmy or you're feeling a little under the weather and your voice isn't quite as strong as you want it to be, that's a great way to kind of wake it back up and also to see what's available to you in a healthy way that won't push your voice too far. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on a bunch of different sounds that would be familiar to us while we're singing. The first of which is the most closed, and that's a hum. Anytime you're humming, you want to have your lips together, but your teeth apart and your mouth open, so you're still creating that resonant sound. And anytime you're singing, if you want to avoid going flat, you can always raise your eyebrows, and that will immediately raise the soft palate inside of your mouth, creating more space. So you'll notice a lot of singers are always kind of have this like surprised look on their face, and that is so that they're raising their soft palate to give them more space to sing. And this is especially important when you're humming. So we're going to do the exact same thing on a hum. And that, especially after the buzzing, feels really nice, but it's really easy still to do at the beginning of your warm-up. Now that we've buzzed and hummed, we're going to go through a bunch of different vowel sounds. In this instance, we won't be putting any consonants at the beginning, but once you start feeling comfortable with these warm-ups, you can add consonants to the beginning to try out different ways that your mouth can be shaped and enunciation when you're working on a song especially, but today we'll just be doing the vowel sounds. The first one we'll do is ooh, and similar to the humming, the inside of your mouth wants to be really, really open, like you're saying an O, but your lips are tight together with like an ooh. And again, the eyebrows raised is important to keep you from going flat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you'll notice my ooh is very hooty, kind of like an owl. We're making a lot of space in the back of our mouth so that we don't end up ooh, like it doesn't want to be tight and gross. That's not pleasant to listen to, and it's also not healthy for your voice. The next vowel sound we'll do is an I, so like the letter I-H. This one is kind of hard placement wise, at least for me. So this was one that I like to integrate into my warm-ups or when I'm working on songs. Very rarely in a song are you going to have to hold out an I vowel. but sometimes it does happen, and it's also a good exercise to do to have that available. So we'll do the exact same thing on an I. And just like the oo, the inside of our mouth is very, very open, but our mouth is creating that sound with our lips. And I kind of smiled there at the end because it's silly, but you want to kind of keep your lips a little closer together because the more spread you get, you start to get into the E territory, which is next. So the next sound we'll do is an E. And when you sing E, we don't want to say E and spread our mouth really, really wide because that is not as pleasant to hear. It makes not as nice of a sound, but we kind of want to have a similar shape as the I, but just use our mouth to create that slight E, again with lots of space inside, creating a kind of cavernous effect inside of our mouth, which sounds lovely. Everybody likes singing inside of a cave because the acoustics are very nice. So if you make your mouth a cave, it will sound nice. So I'll do the exact same thing on an E. And you see how my mouth is kind of like a triangle when I say that instead of E, which is not as cute. E, 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 E. Moving right along, we are going to an O next. And this one is hard for me as well because people have the tendency to kind of close off the end of an O to be O, but you just want it to be drop mouth, big space, O, without the ing closing in at the end. We want to keep it open and cavernous for this exercise. Obviously, when you're saying words in a song, you add the consonants, you add the other sounds to create the words, but in this instance, we want that big, cavernous nonsense. So we'll do the exact same thing on an O. O, 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 O. If you don't sound like some sort of monk living in the mountains somewhere, you're doing it wrong. Now for this exercise today, the last vowel sound we'll make is aw. And this is the most open our mouth is going to be. And it's almost like A-W, aw. I'm in awe. Your mouth is dropped. It is not an attractive face on most people. So it's okay. Release yourself from the need to be beautiful for this moment. Make a silly face. Oh, sometimes I even see people kind of stick their tongues out when they do it just to create, remind themselves to create that big, big space. Now this will be the most cavernous, the biggest sound. And you'll notice in my voice, even as we go through the different vowel sounds, my chest voice is more active in some and my head voice is more active in others. And everyone will kind of be different with that. This one will have the most, for me personally, has the most access to my chest voice. So I will let that warm that area of my voice up, but it might be different for you. This might feel better in a more legit head voicey place, but everyone is different. But we're gonna do the exact same thing on an ah. Ah, 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 For some reason threw in some dynamics there. Not sure why. Now you can do this with any song. You can sing along with the radio, switching vowel sounds with each chorus or verse. You can work on your own personal songs with this method. And when I work on a song that I'm doing with this method, I also kind of like to flop around to release some of the tension that comes with singing, the pressure of singing, because singing is very intimate, it's very personal, right? But if you can release some of the pressure of it, make it kind of a funny, silly thing, it does help when you get out in front of people. It also makes it where you will know this melody so well, it will be in your body that you can pull it out of your butt anytime you need it. So this is a great way to learn music, to run through numbers, and also to warm up if you don't have access to a voice teacher or warm-up videos. You can just go through all of these different mouth sounds along with notes and sing happy birthday and do it in different keys or sing along with your Spotify, whatever you want to do, because anybody can sing. Anybody can sing. And especially with this, it makes it super easy to warm up or work on your voice, strengthen your voice with what you've got. I'm in an empty room with 2 cats. Anybody can do it. I have been Patsy Climax. Thank you so much for joining me on this little journey today, and I hope to be presenting you with lots more videos soon. Bye-bye.